started?
Yep.
All right, thank you. All right, if you would, please, everybody, rise, and we're gonna call this meeting to order. This is the regular session of the Angelina County Commissioners Court. It is 10 a.m. on Tuesday. And, all the commissioners are present with the exception of Commissioner Harrison, who is a little under the weather. We're honored today to have our opening prayer by Reverend David Hunt, Eastview Pentecostal Church, Lufkin, Texas. Reverend, pleased to have you here.
Father, what a privilege it is to come before your presence. God, I don't take this lightly. First, I'd like to ask you to forgive us for the times that we have complained. We're a blessed people. And especially at this time of the year, this season, where we set aside a special day to offer thanks to you. God, we do so with a grateful heart. Thank you for having mercy upon us. Thank you for allowing us to call upon you. Thank you for the blessings that you've given to this great nation. And God, especially at this time, we seek your continued help, direction, and blessings. We ask it in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. And if you would, please follow Commissioner Cheshire as we honor the U.S. flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And remain standing while we pledge to the Texas flag and follow Commissioner Kennedy.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Be seated. Thank you, Reverend. Now we go to the public forum, and I understand that we have one person. Mr. Grant.
Sir, I signed up to
Colt.
speak in case there was any questions when we got to item number 20.
Do you want to wait for that then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, that will be fine. That will be fine. Okay. Since there's no other people to come forward on the public forum, we'll go ahead and skip on to item number 5. Discussion action on minutes for November 10th, 2020 Commissioners Court.
Motion to approve minutes is read.
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion does pass. Item number 6, discussion action on minutes for November 16th, 2020 special session Commissioners Court. Gentlemen,
Motion to approve minutes is read.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion does pass. Item number 7, appearance of Michael G. Parker, Everett Grivet Jr. and Associates Incorporated, to discuss and request approval of the final plat of Roland Marshall Road subdivision number 1 in precinct 4. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning. This is a minor plat of about 6.2 acres that they have divided into 3 lots, about a 3 acre and a little over 2 and about 9/10. They all have road frontage on Roland Marshall Road. And as usual, we put the road easement, even though you have prescriptive easement, we added the road easement, utility easements on there. I've talked to, down there off of Highway 63, way at the end of the county, but I've talked to Commissioner Cheshire about it. I'll entertain any questions or ask y'all to approve the plat.
I'll make a motion for the court to accept the plat.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion does pass. Item number 8, appearance of Michael G. Parker, Everett Grivet Jr. and Associates, to discuss and request approval of the final plat of Plantation Drive subdivision number 1 in precinct number 4. Michael?
This is another minor plat that's actually in the Plantation subdivision, but it's in the part that's outside the city of Lufkin's ETJ. So it is in Commissioner Pestar's precinct, and it's at the very end of Plantation Drive where the cul-de-sac is, and this is 6.1 acres approximately, and we divided it into 4 lots, 2 up on the front, 2 in the back. They do have the minimum 30-foot that's part of the lot, so they each have access to a public road. There's a couple of 1.4 acres and a couple of 1.6 acres.
2 long driveways.
Or, as y'all's position has normally been, if they wanna make one driveway and be happy with it, but if they get sideways with each other, that's why we make, I get requests all the time, can't we just all use the same driveway? And I said, you can use the same driveway, but you each gotta have your 30-foot. If something gets sideways
You
down the
bet.
road, you can each have your own.
That's saying, I've looked at these plans, I'd like for the court to approve, we'll make a motion to approve.
All right.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion does pass.
Thank
you,
you,
Michael.
the originals are right there, and y'all all have a very happy Thanksgiving.
No problem. Same to you, Michael. All right, item number 9, discussion action on approval of a new interlocal agreement with the newly formed Regional Public Defender Office. Gentlemen, this is the same agreement that we've had in place since the first of last year. They have reorganized. I think we talked about this last time, but they have reorganized, and all we're doing is signing the new reorganization papers because they're organizing into one great big public defender office now. They're having regional offices, and all we're doing is reorganizing with the regional office that's in our region.
Judge, who signs this? Is it you or is it somebody else?
No, I'm pretty sure that it's,
I didn't see a signature spot on.
it's
there.
on page
There it is.
number 3.
Well,
The only one I
Yeah,
see
that's
is,
not you.
Yeah, it's on page number 3, and then once,
Okay.
then Amy and I will sign it as soon as we approve it.
Motion approved with your signatures.
All right?
second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to go forward with this newly formed Regional Public Defender Office. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion does pass. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, item number 10, discussion action on any new information on moving ahead with the new proposed road system for Angelina County. I think Commissioner Pitts had some additional information.
Yeah, I
that he
just,
wanted to share.
I had just went to Texas Tribune, and you can go on there and get, any governmental entity's salaries. And so, since I'm under the impression we had to start with an engineer, I did the district engineers and some of the local people. But what I found, and I got a copy of it here if you want it, I was gonna make everybody a copy and my printer quit, but, it ranged, what I found, it ranged from about 125 to 175 or 80,000. And I also had done quite a bit of research on their job duties, and I couldn't get that to print out either. So, so I'm not much help today, but I will have that information soon.
Also, I've been in touch with several counties. Washington County has invited me down to tour their facility and talk to their engineer and get a better idea of the way that they do their business. And hopefully I will be flying down there within the next week if the weather cooperates. And of course, most of us are very familiar with Nacogdoches facility over there, and I've been in and out of that facility. And we are moving forward with this project, and information is coming in daily, and as it comes in, we will continually update the public with new stuff. Does anybody else have anything else to add?
Are we gonna do another workshop? It seems like we need to.
We probably will, especially if we get a bunch of information that needs to, if we get close to where we can actually start talking about setting a salary range and this sort of thing. We just don't have quite enough information to go there yet, but we are getting close. And in answer to your question, yes, I think that we probably need to go ahead and set another one as soon as we have more information.
Okay.
Granted. Any more questions?
Yeah, when you do go to Washington County, I know we can look this up on public information, but their tax rate versus Angelina County's tax rate, I know we keep being compared to Nacogdoches as a pattern or maybe something to go by. You know, they're at 55 cents per 100, we're at 43 cents per 100, much lower tax rate, you know.
Exactly.
Just got to figure out, you know, what this proposal is gonna cost the people of Angelina County.
That's a good point. Very good point.
Were you, were you able to find out what the administrator, does Nacogdoches have an engineer or they have an administrator?
Nacogdoches has a road administrator.
Administrator, okay.
Yeah, he's been with them there for
It's 20-plus
20
years.
plus years, yeah.
He's been there a while.
Yeah.
Dahl actually started as a road, I believe as a road hand, worked his way up, you know, and
He's been in that position for probably 15 plus years.
yeah, it's been a number of years.
Yeah.
He's been in there.
I think his dad was actually road administrator beforehand.
Yes.
That I didn't know.
I heard
That I
that.
didn't know.
And we do have to try to go with an engineer first to see if we can.
Yeah.
That's
The-
my
Yes,
understanding.
yes, the way I understand it is that is the first rattle out of the box is to go that route, so
Well,
we're
looking at-
definitely
Looking at those
that.
salaries that Commissioner Pitts pulled up,
Mhm.
that's an awful lot of money.
Yes.
It is,
And
it's all gonna be there to discuss.
I will point out the fact that when people were sold this idea that it was only gonna cost about 75,000, so 75,000 is a long way from 180,000.
All right,
And I think, I'll throw this out there, I think the road administrator over there, salary shows about 70 or 75,000, but I'm not sure that includes his benefits
Yeah.
over in Nacogdoches.
that,
'Cause I
from
pulled
what I
up,
understand, it was 60-something
64,000.
plus benefits,
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
That's what I got, 64,000.
Mhm.
So the 70-something is his
Is
benefit.
with benefits, yes. All right, anything else?
Are we, at what point in time are we gonna decide to go out for applications? Or advertise for
As
applications?
quickly as we can establish, number one, a job description,
Okay.
and number two, a salary range.
That's what
Then
we need to
will-
be.
Then we will go ahead, and right now, that's what we're focusing on, is getting this information. It's just that
Okay.
with COVID and, with the holidays, the information is coming in slow. But we are in the process of working on it.
Typical government slow.
You got a mouthful there, okay.
Well, I had researched several counties and the job descriptions, and I thought what we could do, you know, some of them not gonna apply to it, and some
Right.
of, so we take several different counties, and then we can all just sit down in the workshop
Sure.
maybe and see which ones apply to it.
When we got a printer that works.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll tell you what, get with me after the meeting and I'll go to those websites and print all that stuff off. Okay.
Well,
All
how
right.
do you got a printer that works and he don't?
All right.
Well, I was at my barn, so.
Yeah, gotcha. All right. Then if, with y'all's permission, we'll move on to item number 11. Appearance of Jill Brewer, County Treasurer, to present and discuss. Request approval of the Treasurer Monthly Report. Month ending October 31st, 2020. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning. I hope everyone is doing okay today. I am enjoying the cooler weather, because I don't like it. I don't mind it being hot, but I'd rather it be cold. All right, we're doing the treasurer's report first,
Yes.
and then we're gonna go back in time and do the quarterly report
Right.
the next time. Okay, I just wanna make sure I was presenting the correct thing. Okay, so I don't know if it's good news or bad news, but our cash flow statement now takes almost a page and a half. We've added so many funds, so we've been busy this year. Not only we've been busy with COVID and crazy things going on in the government, we are just doing all sorts of things in our community, and we've added some funds, so now we have a page and a half for our cash flow. But the important stuff is on page 2 and on page 3 now, instead of just being on page 2. You want me to go on to the investment summary?
Got a question.
Yes, sir.
You've
You ask
got
me
the
anything.
adult probation and the employee benefit fund are highlighted. I'm just curious as to why.
They're always highlighted. They've
Are they?
always been highlighted, the general fund, the employee benefit fund, adult probation, and if you'll go to the second page, the
Is there a reason,
landfill.
is there a
Yes,
reason
sir.
for that?
Yes, sir, there is. It's that first little section that's, right there in our investment summary.
Mhm.
And we allocate, those numbers that, so for example, the waste management, where it says 1.2 million, that money is added to your beginning cash balance for the landfill. Because this is what I do. This is so much fun. I get to tell you, I don't wanna hear any snoring. I don't wanna see any eye rolling. This is so much fun. I run a pooled cash report, which is all of our pooled cash. And then I add the investment money to go with it. Does that make any sense? And so that's why those numbers are highlighted. That's just so I can see it better when I'm putting it together.
Gotcha.
And now you can see it better because you recognize that they're highlighted. So that's what that is. That's just letting you know that those numbers are not like the other numbers.
Right.
That I've added, CSCD money to Fund 25, and then the landfill money was added to Fund 80, and then the employee benefit fund money was added, I think that is Fund 12, yes. And so, and of course, the general fund is this whole bottom section on the investment report, and it's at 85%. I don't move the whole entire amount there, I kinda leave 15% for, we're gonna play pretend, because I don't know how else to say that. The other 15% would probably go toward the other funds, even though it's really all in the general fund investment account. So what we're kinda doing is we got a cash flow going on. And then we're trying to do a little accounting and a little investing, and we're just trying to make it, it's kind of a hybrid account. So I have to run a pooled cash report, then I have to run my treasurer's report so I can get all my revenues and expenses. And I gotta run another report for my assets, I gotta run another report for liabilities. The judge came in one time, and he came in when he was first county judge. Remember when you came in and I had that sheet and had a big A on it, and I had one with an L on it, and you said, "Where is that an A? Did that report lose?" And I'm like, "That's my assets and my liabilities."
Yeah.
So I've had to run a lot of reports to put this together, because it's just fun like that. I've learned a lot of stuff since I've been the treasurer. Deborah made it look so easy. I didn't think she ever broke a sweat, but I'm thinking maybe she did behind the scenes. All right, so now that we've got that cleared up, and I know that was fun and just a lot of stuff. I wanted y'all to feel sorry for me, because I want you to think I have to run at least 10 reports to do this. It's pretty close. I think I have to run 8. So on the investment summary, I want to bring to your attention the CSCD account that's in that very top section. It's in the withdrawals. I took and closed that account at DWS. I closed our general fund DWS account, and I closed our tobacco settlement DWS account. And so this money sat in our bank account until November the 1st, where it got moved into, I opened some accounts at Texas Class, because it had a higher interest rate. It wasn't the best interest rate, but there's the landfill is at Techstar. So I didn't have to do that one, but I lost my train of thought. CSCD and the tobacco money, we try to keep separate. You know, we've always kept that separate, so I went to Texas Class and opened up a couple of accounts. Techstar has got some of our business with the landfill and the employee benefit fund, so I thought I'd kind of spread it around a little bit, because they're about the same interest rate. I didn't want to put all of our eggs in one basket. And so then, and when I present the November report to you, you'll see where I've opened those accounts. I didn't want too much going on here. I kind of did it the last day of the month, and I opened up new accounts on the first of the month.
The CDs in the financial.
On the last page?
On the last page, the financial northeastern companies.
Yes, sir.
What? I've never heard of them.
Well, okay, we presented, we
Yeah.
talked about them already.
Yeah.
They're based out of Austin. Our office that we deal with is based out of Austin.
Is this one of the new ones?
We opened that up last year.
Okay.
I
I just
think
don't remember
early.
them being
That's
called
okay.
FNC, I guess, so.
Yes, sir. I
Okay.
finally, well, we got to where we couldn't think of the name.
Okay.
We would look at each other and you would ask me what it was, and I'd stand here and say, I know what it is, but it's not coming to me, so I finally put it at the bottom.
Okay.
So I could tell you properly, and now, well, heck, now you know too.
Yeah, those
You're learning
interest,
too much stuff. I'm not gonna be valuable anymore.
those interest rates are quite a bit higher. Those interest rates are quite a
They
bit
are,
higher.
and they're locked in until they mature, and so, we refinanced, that was kinda cute, wasn't it? We reinvested one back in May, and we didn't get a great interest rate, but in May, that was a pretty good interest rate. But it's not as high as it was, as the other ones were, but that's just because the market's taken a shift down. And then in August, I believe, we had another one become mature, but I couldn't find an interest rate that was acceptable. So I just took that money and we cashed it in, and then I just paid bills with it.
But even at commercial, the interest rate is
Oh,
higher.
yes,
That's good.
that interest rate's been going good. That was the one that I didn't realize that I had 10 days. I was so new, and I didn't realize I had 10 days to move it, and I was very upset about it at the time, because all the other interest rates they were 2.5 and 2.6, and I was upset with the 1.8, but now I'm looking like a rock star with that 1.8.
Yeah, that's good.
I had gone to the auditor one time and told her that I was mad at myself, and then later on, after everything started moving down, she said, well, you know, even a blind hog can find an acorn every once in a while. I'm not thinking she was calling me a hog, but that's okay. I got what she meant. I did good even though I didn't know what I was doing, so I think that's what she meant by
All
that.
right.
Let me see, I got one question I'm gonna answer for Mr. Bobby Cheshire, because he always asks this question. I don't even let you ask it anymore,
No,
do
don't let me
I?
ask it, okay.
You wanna ask it?
Steal
You
my
haven't
thunder.
said anything, you wanna go and ask me?
I'll just steal my thunder, it's okay.
And I can tell you, it is, last year, our sales tax was $501,157, so we're up about $5,500.
Awesome.
It's not making up for the months where we're short, but it's not so far out. It's not as
We're-
horrible as we thought it was
We're
gonna
still doing
be.
good.
Yeah, I mean, we're kinda holding,
Mhm.
so it's not as, we've had a couple of months where it was down a little bit. I think last month it was down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's not horrible.
Right.
I was expecting to see it a lot lower, but we're up about
My concern is
$5,500.
always, has been, during this COVID, pandemic and stuff, is people run around hollering, the sky's falling, Chicken Little. We're not.
We're not.
We're not.
We are holding our own. We're not as robust as we were this time last year. Our interest rates are not as great, but our sales tax is holding. So people are still getting out and they're still buying,
Well,
and
we've had some months that we've had increases in.
we've had some months where we've had increases, and we've had some months where it's been a little lower, so it's kind of evened out.
Well, the
and-
ebb and flow of the sales tax is normal in most areas through the economy. I mean, we all understand that, but just, us staying steady is
Steady, slow and
Steady,
steady, you'll get
steady
it.
and
And
slow.
we are holding steady, and as long as we continue to try to go about our normal lives and make our normal purchases, everything should be okay.
just go tell everybody there's not a shortage on toilet paper.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because I went to Sam's last Wednesday when they got their truck in, and they wouldn't have any. But I got it at Lowe's, so in case anybody needs to know, Lowe's does have that.
Be sure
Okay.
when you go forward with approval that we need everybody's.
Everybody's signature.
Everybody needs to sign. Amy, did I include it this time?
Mhm.
Okay. I know there was a month or two that I had overlooked.
Are
that
you
this year.
finished?
Pardon?
Are you finished?
I could be finished. I can carry on for longer.
Well, if
You
you're
got
finished, I'm
somewhere-
gonna make a motion that the court signs.
I can always
your
carry on for
presentation.
longer if you don't want to be
Well,
anywhere.
I'm not, you got another presentation to make, so I'm gonna cut you off on this one. Make a motion to approve, Ms. Brewer's, detailed report.
All right,
Do awesome work,
all right.
with everybody's
All
signature.
right, we have a motion and a second on the floor with everybody's signature. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion does pass. Thank you, Jill. All right, let's see here. Number 12, appearance of Jill Brewer, County Treasurer, to present request investment report for the quarter ending September 30th, 2020.
I'm back again. I have the investment report in front of me this time. This is a recap of this, let's see, that would be July, August, and September. On the first couple of pages, well, we're up to 2 pages. On this one also is our, our investments by investment company. And as you can see, we had a pretty boring quarter. Our third quarter was kind of boring. I didn't do a whole lot. We just kind of spent money. I didn't really move a whole lot of stuff around. I didn't start doing that until October, when we talked about it just a few minutes ago. I moved some money market investment money out, and I moved it to, looks like I moved it to UBank. They're our second highest interest rate right now. So I didn't want to go over the cap. I think I talked about this for September. I didn't want to go over our cap. We can only have so much money in commercial bank. They have to collateralize our money. So in case anything happens, it's insured because they've collateralized it with instruments, different instruments. So I took some money out. We were getting close to our cap, so I took it out and put it at UBank. And that is about the only thing I did that was any kind of investment transfer that was out of the ordinary. I did cash in our CD in August at Financial Northeastern. I cashed one of those in. Maybe I did that before that. No, I did that in May. No, heck, I don't know when I did it. I think I did that in May. It didn't show up on here because I always keep that at I keep that at what it costs. Like I don't ever use when I report CDs to you, it's always what the face value of the CD is. I never report the interest and add it on like that.
Right.
I don't do that because I'm not supposed to on this report. I do it on the treasurer's report so you can see what we're earning as time goes by. So these 2 reports are a little different. They don't present the same. That's why when you look at the treasurer's report and look at that beginning number, it doesn't look like the ending number on the investment report because I just report things differently. The investment report will have the funds management number in it from Southside. Judge, you're not helping me at all. It's Southside. It doesn't have that number, so that number increased just a little tiny bit. It only went up about $1,000, $1,188. So that we didn't get the return that we've been getting. And I'm sure that it's because of the market and what they've cashed in some CDs that have become mature. And I'm sure that they're just doing the best they can with the market that we have. It's not as fun as it was last year. I have to apologize. It used to be fun to get up here and tell you all the money we were making on our investments. And then the next 1, 2, 3 pages, I believe, would be our cash flow for our investments as far as the funds go. And if you have any questions about that, I can answer it. It's basically the same thing as the treasurer's report. It's just it's all 3 months
I
put
noticed
together.
on the investment activity, the current interest rate all the way to the right
Yes.
and the average interest rate. The average interest rate has been, seems like always higher, which tells me that you're doing a good job by moving stuff around.
I'm doing my best.
And I appreciate it, so.
It's not as fun as it used to be.
Yeah.
Now it's painful because I don't have anything to move it to. It's just, and it's gonna be this way a while. I don't think that they've made any predictions for it to go up anytime soon. But like we've talked about in previous presentations, our interest rate might be low, but so are the citizens. Their interest rates are low, so they're buying houses and buying cars and they're refinancing their homes. And so as long as our economy is moving forward, we're gonna be fine.
Oh, yeah.
It's not gonna be great like it was, but it might be in the future. We don't ever know what the future's got in store for us. It's gonna be exciting, I can tell though, because it's been exciting ever since, what?
March.
November the 3rd, it's been exciting.
I think it's important that people in Angelina County understand, our total investments are close to $40 million.
Our investments are not doing bad.
No,
Not doing bad at all.
the
We could be
financial
doing-
solvency of Angelina County is in good shape.
We could be doing a lot worse, so
We
we're not
could be
doing
doing a
too
lot
bad
worse.
at all. And I didn't point out on the treasurer's report, but they've started collecting for, property taxes, ad valorem taxes again, so. So that's what we've got going on there. The investment report's just kind of a recap of the last 3 or 4 months, the last 3 months with the exclusion of October. And then, of course, you get to see the Southside Bank, the first few sheets of that, where all the information is on what we have invested and where it's invested and how much it's invested in those accounts. And that is about all I have for the investment report.
Will you, for the record, will you read that total investment report number for the people?
For the, oh, you want me to read the total that we have at the end of September? The end of September, all of our investments, including our Southside banks, our CDs and everything, the bank account's on here also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is everything that all of our money, every penny, is $39 million.
$39 million.
$681,980.29
Thank you.
as of
very much.
September the 30th, 2020.
Thank you.
You feel better?
Yes, hey, that, I mean, I know it,
That's,
we know it, you know it.
now the public
Now
knows
the
it.
people need
That
to-
also includes the almost $6 million. Yeah, on the almost $6 million, that's in there too.
Yes.
We're earning interest on that.
Yes,
So it's just part of our cash flow.
yep,
That's what we've got, gentlemen.
thank you so
Try
much.
not to spend it before the end of December.
Do we need
okay?
signatures?
No signatures,
Thank you for your
just a
report.
thumbs up all the way around and we're done.
Just approve the report.
Motion to approve the report is read.
Second.
We have a motion, a couple of seconds. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion does pass. Thank you, Jill.
You're
Good
welcome.
report.
Thank you,
Excellent
thank you.
report. All right. Now, the time is 10:32, and we'll move on to item number 13, the executive session. In accordance with the Texas Government Code 551-071, the Angelina County Commissioners Court will now enter into a closed meeting for the following purpose: consultation with an attorney. When a government body seeks advice from its attorney about pending or contemplating litigation or a settlement offer. All right,